a music festival as part of our offerings as a destination for a number of reasons. One, we felt that we needed to grow our tourism more. Yes, the adventure ecotourism segment was critical and was growing, but we felt that a festival would help to link more closely and use and over the years we have seen with our adventure, with our ecotourism, and of course our cuisine and all the other offerings that we offer to visitors when they come to Dominica. So visitor arrival was the primary focus. The second thing was obviously to give Dominican music a global stage. It was important because, as I said, we created Calypso, but by the 1990s, Calypso was on its decline, and so it was a sense to kind of uplift the music, give it some greater visibility on the global music stage, and to give our artists and performers an opportunity to shine on a global stage, because that was what the music festival was meant to be, a global stage for Dominican and Creole music. I think the other element was regional and global collaboration and partnerships. It was important it is important to underscore that, because Dominica alone couldn't do a festival of that magnitude. We needed to partner with others, particularly in the Creole world. So we've received a lot of support from both Martinique and Guadeloupe through the regional council, the Department of Culture, the French Embassy in Saint Lucia, Alliance Française, the media, the travel trade, and individuals. A lot of individuals came forward and offered their services free of charge. Whether it was sound people, sound engineers, lights people, designers, people working in Creole and academia. So all of those things happened in the early days of the festival and helped to really foster the growth of the festival over those 29 years, 25 editions.
And what was the feedback like from attendees over the years?
Well, we saw in the first year, I think there was, like everything else that's new, a lot of skepticism. First of all, people were doubting its viability.
Yeah.
They're saying, why do a festival that big in Dominica? Why spend all that money? I will tell you, the first budget was somewhere in the region of 400,000 EC dollars. And people were screaming, I mean, why are you going to spend all that money when you can do it when you have roads and schools and all those things? And I think we convinced the Dominican population overall, generally, that the investment was worth it. And so I think the excitement really came on when they saw the festival actually happening. Is it really happening? So the first year, it was okay. It was okay. I think the closing of the first festival with Tabo Combo that Sunday morning.
I could never forget that.
That Monday morning was just magical. And I think people say, okay, yes, we've done it. We've made it. Let's go.
It was at Carnival City at that time.
Yes.
And that was my the first. I could never forget that. And I remember I went to sleep, and I didn't wake up until the night, and I thought a whole day had gone by. I was just, and my sister and my mom said she just checked to see if we were breathing, but we never woke up.
Yeah.
That day.
Yes.
It was an incredible experience. And I'm sure for a lot of people who experienced the first festival, it was mind-blowing to see that you went into an event at 8 p.m. in the evening and you were there well into sunrise. And also the ambience of the venue with, right by the riverside.
Yes.
And you got that morning breeze from the river and the air being crisp and clean and and then you had the backdrop of the mountain with the sun rising. It was almost a surreal experience to have. And we still have that to this day.
That vibe is still there.
I
It doesn't
concur.
change.
Stadium. That has not
Yes.
that has not changed. You still see the sun rising over the mountain as we go into the break of day at the Creole Music Festival. So that is a very unique feature for the Creole Music Festival. And I think it's one of the things that we may not pay as much attention to, but I think as part of the experience, it contributes to the overall experience and the feel of jubilation that people experience at the festival.
I agree.
Yes. So as I said, after Tambo Combo, the world took notice. Dominica took notice. Creole world took notice. This is here to stay. And I think as a country, we rally behind the staging of the festival. And 1998 was just incredible. We had some really fantastic time in 1998. I think that was the year Jeff Joe joined, because and I have to underscore that because Jeff Joe wasn't on the first festival, because we know the power of this man, that he brought on stage, and his magic and his charm in 1998, 1999 helped to really crystallize the festival and make it big. But I think one of the things we need to highlight is there are a couple of things. One is that the festival was managed, was organized, was planned by mainly volunteers. Yeah,
Wow.
it was a lot of volunteer time, a lot of volunteer labor. And so we have an extensive list of persons who would have contributed. But if I start to call names, it will be almost impossible. But of course, led by the indomitable spirit of Eddie Toulon, the late, and his we say secretary. No, I can't call her secretary. His assistant. This is as well Cynthia Ailey of blessed memory, and a team at the DFC, as I say, largely voluntary. I think nobody else was paid apart from Eddie and Cynthia. So people just came forward. So running the bars, setting up the venue, going on overseas mission to promote the festival, being on the media. I mean, here was on fire. DBS radio was on fire
wow.
almost every night preceding the festival. The weeks preceding the festival, DBS really opened up for us, so we have to really give thanks to DBS.
I hope Cecil is listening.
Yes.
And to
Cecil,
this-
it's the 25th anniversary. We might need to do that.
Yes,
From
But
the 20th, we might want to come and light up DBS every night.
every night.
But I also want to underscore DBS's contribution to Discover Dominica Authority for the festival and thank them for their sponsorship. Throughout the day and even in the evening, you hear so many ads from Discover Dominica Authority, be it My Voice or others, promoting the festival. So I want to say thank you very much for their contribution. And of course, we can get some more of the evening of the festival, Monday to Friday. But then again, I need to be at TV Village Creole. By the way, guys, we're launching TV Village Creole tomorrow, Thursday, at 10 a.m. So that is something interesting. You need to tune into DBS Radio and to our social media platforms. You'll hear lots more about what's going on for TV Village Creole. So yes, we should light it up. I agree. But I will be in the park,
Okay,
preparing.
we have people
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh,
Sober.
we have-
Sobers, you there.
know what? We
Ayo
need
is
to,
there.
to get some volunteers.
There we
Get
go.
some
There we go.
volunteers to do the lighting up. So Sobers will do something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Keep
but
the
us,
fire burning.
I concur, and I will chime in. Don't worry, I'll pop in.
One of the things
I'll
that
pop
happened
in.
was a lot of the DJs who came early and the MCs who came early actually came to the studio and joined that.
So it happened in the evenings of the
Yes.
festival.
Yes,
No,
and
the week leading
week
up to the festival.
the entire week.
So the Monday to the Thursday leading up.
I want to assume prior there wasn't a staging of TV Village Creole or the other events,
No.
Creole in the
No,
Park.
that
There was
came in
nothing
later.
such.
No.
It was
Okay.
Creole in the Park, it was called. It came
Creole in the
later.
Park, yes.
Yes, a few years later. But there
Okay.
were other fringe events, eh?
Oh,
There were other
lovely.
fringe events.
So that
We had
ecosystem
Creole
was
on
built.
The river,
Creole in the North.
Creole in the North,
Creole in the river.
East, and things like that. So yes, we had some fringe event. So I think we had to underscore the fact that this was done mainly by volunteers, led by Eddie Toulon as the executive director, managed by Sheridan Gregoire, who was GM at the NDC, supported by the government of Dominica, and I dare say that we have to tip our hands to the government of Dominica for 25, 29 years of really strong support for the festival. We've had two governments, both governments, I think, understood and really recognized the value of this festival and have given this kind of support. And now we see the support is really tremendous, going for the festival.
You
And
mentioned
also-
value. Let's pause for a moment. Let's talk about the economic impact of the
Yeah.
World Creole Music Festival.
Well, as I say,
What it was back then
Yes.
and how has it improved to this present
Yes.
day?
yeah. So we started in 1997, as I say, with a small budget, a lot of volunteer labor, and a government that was willing to support, and the government, meaning departments of government, agencies of government, and so on, and of course individuals in the government. And we saw people coming from all over to come and support the festival, particularly from the second year. The economic impact was tremendous, has been tremendous. So we see car rentals, we see hotels and guest houses and private homes, and now in
restaurants, bars, and other smaller services that people offer. So the tour operators, a lot of tour operators were able to expand their business. Because when people come in earlier, they want to go on tours, see and experience Dominica, as a destination, as a nature isle, activities that they could do, and the expansion of the fringe events as well.
Yes, right.
So for the private event promoters, putting on the various events, and all of that contributes towards, stimulating economic growth and development of business. And even, I would say this, for the banking sector, because people coming in with their finances, using their ATM card, using their credit cards, that also contributes to and I'm sure NBD, who is this year gold sponsor for the Queer Music Festival, it's an income generator for them. Every time somebody uses the ATM, it's what, $5 for every transaction. So,
and as you mentioned that, I want to encourage the vendors listening to have options for receiving payment during the festival season. Everybody doesn't walk with a lot of cash when they travel. They like to swipe a card. Please get your card machines. Have your mobile banking option.
Yeah.
Have the NBD has a not NBD
the mobile units for processing.
And Credit Union has the MLAJA platform. So please ensure you have multiple options to secure your money for the season. A lot of people turn away from vendors because they cannot use their cards. They don't have enough cash. They're not willing to accept their type of currency. So let's have the option so we can make some good money this season. But back to you, Mr. Esprit.
Yes, so I was saying, so we see the first order of business was the tourism sector. Obviously, it impacted massively on the tourism industry. Let us understand that prior to 1997, visitor arrivals around the period of October and early November was very, very minuscule. We're talking about maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000 at most in terms of visitor arrivals. And what we saw was an exponential growth of arrivals in that period, the middle of October to the first week in November. And today we're talking about 15,000 people. So we're talking about, 500% increase over the 25 years. So the tourism industry has benefited, hugely from the festival. But also, the festival has had a huge impact on other sectors, and we talk about the banking, the commercial, transportation sectors. That has been, they have benefited largely. But of course, the artistic and cultural community. Or not just the performers, but designers and artists and artisans and people really in that part of the ecosystem have benefited a lot from the festival, and so we can go on and to see the kind of impact. So we're talking in terms of monetary contribution from maybe a couple $1 million in the first couple of years to now well over $30-something million. If we were to crunch the numbers, let me be very careful about that, because we do not have the data to justify that, but we can safely say, based on studies done by whether it be World Bank and so, that they expect visitors coming for festivals in most destinations would spend about $3,000 during their stay. That would include things like ground transportation, hotels, restaurant purchases, souvenirs, and other things. So it will be close to $3,000. And if you say 3,000 by what? By 15 or even 10,000 people, you're talking about $40 million that directly and indirectly impact the festival. And that is a really just conservative estimate. We have to do an impact assessment at some point. We haven't done one for a while. We were trying to do one this year, but I don't know, the time might be against us. But the important thing is we want to measure the impact of the festival so we can speak more clearly, more directly about the real economic impact. But I can tell you, over the years, I've been walking around the city in particular, in Roseau, and people say, thank you guys for bringing the World Korean Music Festival because it has touched them. It has really helped them during that time. I mean, car rental service is gone. As they were saying on an ad from Jamaica, done.
Accommodation.
Yeah, you can't get car rental. You can't get hotel rooms. You can, a lot of things in the next, today's the 1st of October,
Yeah.
a lot of things in the next couple of days just wouldn't be available.
Will be done.
Done.
Yeah. And you know why you're saying that? I want to make an appeal to our restaurateurs, especially around Roseau. Generally, on a normal day, by 2:30 p.m., if you go to buy lunch on a
It's sold
regular
out.
day, with our $70,000,
Seventy.
70,000
Population.
population, so it's difficult to get like a full lunch at that time. So imagine, and that's not the population that's coming out for lunch in Roseau. What you get about, do you think we get about 3,000 people coming out for lunch in Roseau on a given day?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So imagine that we have. I'm just gonna go with 7,000 people, half of 15, 7,000 people who will be looking for meals in that week and over that weekend.
I agree. And we had a test run over the carnival experience,
Yes.
carnival season. We saw the influx of visitors. I was excited. I went to above, there's a restaurant upstairs, Prevost Cinema. I stood there and I was just looking at the crowd and the traffic and I smiled and I was like, yeah, we did that. We're doing that. So you can imagine, the amount of people that will be in Dominica for the season. We had a test run for the carnival time. So the sort of traffic you're going to anticipate. And we're going to have far more people than we had for carnival time. So guys, gear up. I hope you are in gear. It's not time to gear up. You need to be in gear because we are in gear for the festival. Is just a few more days away. Can I say 23 days away? Yes, we're 23 days away. Guys, let's talk. We have been Discover Dominica Authority. We have been traveling a lot to promote the World Korean Music Festival. We did promotions in St. Martin, St. Thomas, in Barbados, in Antigua, St. Lucia, Guadeloupe, Martinique. I know you, Mr. Esprit. You've been to Guadeloupe and Martinique for an activation. Ayo, I know you also traveled for an activation. And if I missed an island, you can please inform. But let's talk about the promotion for the World Korean Music Festival. What was Guadeloupe and Martinique like? Ayo, what was your time like traveling, promoting the festival? And of course, tell us about the reception of the audience when you share the information of the festival. Mention also their interest in attending the festival, who got tickets. Let's talk about that.
Well,
We
we had the Fantastic Four in Guadeloupe and Martinique.
Yes.
Wadix of much energy. Ayo, the cool, calm lady. Our CEO, the dynamic CEO. And yours truly, no description. But let me tell you, Guadeloupe and Martinique are just incredible. And it just underscored the great value and how much these people feel about this festival. They truly, truly admire what we did in Dominica.
and they do embrace it also as their
theirs.
own. They identify with the festival. They identify with us, Dominica, and that connection, that Creole connection. And when we went to do that promotional tour, it was almost like visiting family you haven't seen in a while, and they're so happy to see you, and everybody's like, oh, the thing, like when you go in the countryside, they're gonna kill a goat and call this person and come over and cook it was very overwhelmingly positive. And that was from the moment. When we got off the ferry, we went straight into an interview, and
Yes.
it was so high. We came out of that feeling high. It was. It's very rewarding to see that the work that we're putting in, that people really appreciate it, and they also place such high value on it. And also, one of the things of Guadeloupe and Martinique that they identified, the festival also benefits them in their economy as well, because so many people come through Guadeloupe and Martinique to come to Dominica for the
yes.
festival.
That's right.
So all the hotel overnights, people go to get the ferry to come to Dominica. That happens through Guadeloupe and Martinique. So they also get economic benefit from us hosting the festival.
Yeah,
true.
and I can tell you, Guadeloupe was high octane, high energy. We had a few really huge media interviews with, I mean, almost like there's a carnival, mini carnivals in those media houses.
Yes.
You know, yeah. So Guadeloupe was just incredible. Martinique was a different energy, but still the vibes was great. They I think more laid back as you know as French Creole people, but Guadeloupe and Martinique they really value, I say, truly value the festival, and one of the great things that we are seeing, we're discovering, is that we are seeing the demographic shift or change in the demand for the festival from both Martinique and Guadeloupe, but particularly in Martinique, we're seeing the middle class or upper middle class from Martinique now really coming to the festival in the last few years. I mean, for example, they know that many of them are coming and they're going straight to VIP. They're not going to do general population. They're going to do, and that is because that segment of the population or that segment of the market really, I mean, coming forward now and to embrace the festival and to enjoy the festival.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's wonderful. So just last week, myself and Makira George of Discover Dominic Authority, apologies, we were in Antigua. So we had a press conference and we did about 6 or 7 radio television interviews while we were there. For the press conference, interesting to note, we brought in some Dominicans who, because there's a Dominica Antigua Association in Antigua. So they were delighted to be part of the press conference. They spoke, encouraged persons to attend. We had the High Commissioner, or rather the Director of the Festivals Committee in Antigua, giving a solidarity message to Burning Flames.
Yes.
They too were part of the press conference experience.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I can think about what was one of the things that was interesting, because and for me it was very enlightening, because years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I was in Barbados and speaking about the festival, and there wasn't so much. I mean, there was some awareness and, you know, a few people, but mostly because they had a connection to somebody in Dominica. And then, so Liz Angle and I, that's our marketing
Research.
all the research, that's a data lady at DDA. And we were very impressed with how quickly people recognized. Even when we were wearing our shirts, people came up to, like, we didn't even have to identify who we were. People gravitated towards us. And that was impressive to see. We did a promotion at Tipsy Music Festival, and we had our cutout with the WCMF, and so many people were coming over to us and taking photos and asking questions. And at the Tipsy Music Festival, we had a booth set up, and we had an assortment of token items, from mugs, key rings, we had BB rum, and we had enough products for about nearly 200 people. And within less than an hour, it was all cleared out. And we had some Dominica flags, and we thought people might not want to take the flags. And so many people came and they took the flags. And when the Booyah segment came on at Tipsy, you know, everybody had their Dominican flags waving. That was just amazing to see and experience. And people kept coming and asking us, you know, and some people were like, you know, they go online and buy their ticket. And it's really good to see how now the festival it's the most desirable festival to be at in the Caribbean. And I mean, it's the only music festival where you're going to get so many genres of music and that diversity in the cadre of artists that you have presented on the same stage in one festival.
I concur, and like you, I experienced that in St. Martin during our road show. We had a Dominica night in St. Martin, and we brought flags. We gave everybody flags, and at some point, all you could see was flags waving and people dancing. Roy and his band was performing live at the venue, and I encourage everyone, in fact, this is my call, once you're attending Dominica's World Creole Music Festival, it's essential that you walk with your flag. You know, when we come to the festival, there's this one St. Lucian flag that we see flying for the entire
Shout out
experience.
to Ezra the Fun Machine.
One
He will be
time, yes.
performing on stage.
So certainly we don't want to see all the other islanders, you know, carrying their flags and representing their country for the festival. And we're Dominicans, we're lost. We want to see when that promo video, the highlight video, the reels are out for the World Creole Music Festival. We see Dominica's flag there flying high and proud. Last year we did better. There were
Yes.
few people
I'm
with the
looking
long
at
pole
the
flags.
image we have on the screen here from
So
the
yes, so
festival.
last year we did better,
Yeah.
right? So I'm encouraging everyone again this year. Come with your flags. Let's come and represent, and let's talk about Dominica and sell the country, because it's not just Discover Dominica's festival or the Volunteers Festival.
No.
This is our festival. And if it is yours, you have to show pride in what is yours. And how do you show pride? By showing up with your flag and representing for 767.
We need some flag bearers like the Mali brothers.
Yeah.
You know, the gentleman that they had doing that. Yeah. Some flag wavers.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so let's talk now about this year's staging of the World Creole Music Festival. It's happening October 24th to the 26th. Of course, the space is the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. By the way, guys, if you do have accommodations, you want to rent out your space, a bedroom, you want to have it available to a guest, please give us a phone call. Imagine you can make some money during the festival, right? Open up a room, give us a room, yeah? Call us 272757293 or 2757298. That's our concierge team. They're on standby. We can call them direct, send a WhatsApp message Monday to Friday, 8 to 4 p.m. Please reach out. Of course, send an email. That's also an option. DAconcierge1 at discoverdominica.dm or DAconcierge2 at discoverdominica.dm. Ayodele Andrew, Festival and Events Manager for Discover Dominica Authority. Are we ready for the staging of this year's festival? What is happening right now? Today is October 1, Ayo. October 1, 2025. Where are we for the staging?
Well, today, I mean, I was just speaking to the team, our production team, and the venue is being transformed for the staging of the festival. You asked the question, are we ready? Strangely enough, a few days ago, I was scrolling through my Instagram and I saw Vibes Cartel put out a challenge to Dominica, asking if we in Dominica are ready for our own festival.
Imagine that.
So, Dominica, you know, we are certainly up to the challenge, and we need to show Vibes Cartel and the rest of the world how we host our festival and how we enjoy hosting that festival as well, because we immerse ourselves in the full experience, and we're inviting everybody to come and immerse in that full experience. And what is that experience? We are spontaneous by nature in the way we celebrate our culture. I mean, while we have our cultural heritage and activities, but we ask even our carnival, all our cultural activities, we are spontaneous by nature with that, and that is one of the things that makes it so thrilling and exciting. And this year we have 10 genres featured at the World Creole Music Festival, and for the first time we have an American R&B artist in Killarney. We have legends from reggae, the Steel Pulse. We have the Compa. We have Compa New Look, who's a well-known band. We have up-and-coming Compa artists of new fame, Joey Duetfile, popular song Kat Kape Pamele. I cannot proceed with singing, but what we're offering at the World Creole Music Festival is really, there is an artist that will deliver for everybody, from Kada Slipso to Zouk to Compa to reggae, dancehall, and that is what the Creole Music Festival is about, and all of that is shared 3 nights, 1 stage. That is what makes the great experience. And of course, we cannot forget about the food and the cultural experiences while you are at the festival. We have an amazing food court, and there will be live entertainment in the food court as well during the artist changes. There will be craft vendors, various experiences, and we're saying, go on an adventure when you get to the Winter Park Sports Stadium. You know, go with your friends and find out what else is happening. There will be a lot of things going on to keep you stimulated and entertained. Of course, stay hydrated. I want to say safety is very important also to us. And we always have a health and safety team and a security plan in place to ensure that patrons are safe and cared for while they're having the most amazing time of their life at the World Korea Music Festival.
And talking about amazing time of your life, let's look at Friday, night one of the festival. On the lineup, we have Masika. Of course, all the names I'm mentioning, random order, ladies and gentlemen. Night one, Masika, Burning Flames, Gil Fountain, Halibut, Oswald, New Look, Midnight Groovers, Still Pulse, Roman Virgo, and TK International. Night 2, Saturday, October 25th, Vibes Cartel, Spice, Joey Duet Filet, Kess, WCK, Gordon Henderson, Ophelia, Linford John, Asa Bantan, First Serenade, Roy, Ridge, Pooders, Kenny G, Faithy, Shanika, Ebony Empress, DJ MJ, Little Boy, Kwan, Jigsaws, and Ezra the Fun Machine. Night 3, Sunday, October 26th. On the lineup, Kelani, Banjigalin, and Fayan Lions. Tiwa Savage, Kassav, Ecstasy Band, Mikel Henderson, Elijah Benoit, Trilogy, Nice, Rio, and the Signal Band.
And I got breathless listening to you call out all those acts.
You got listen, so make sure you, as she said, you take your vitamins and you drink your water, so you can pace yourself well for 3 nights of a pulsating rhythms, Dominica's World Korean Music Festival. Of course, we encourage you to encourage your friends to come at least 2 weeks. Plan a 2-week trip to Dominica because there's lots to do for the festival season. We have some fetes the weeks leading up to the festival. We have fetes happening during the festival period. You have to stay for the festival, and there's fetes after. And Dominica is a beautiful space. You need to immerse yourself in the nature island of the Caribbean. And guys, tickets are available right now for the World Korean Music Festival. Ayo, let's talk ticket sales. Where can people purchase tickets right now?
Tickets are available online, of course, on our website, dominicafestivals.com. Tickets are available on sale at outlets in Antigua, that's at Roti King in St. John, St. Mary Street, and in St. Lucia through the Cell outlets in Soufriere, Vieux-Fort, Castries, and Rodney Bay. And tickets available here at Deepex and Bullseye Pharmacy. And we will soon have physical tickets on sale in Martinique and Guadeloupe. So, moun Martinique Guadeloupe si zo ka koute, nou ka van biye la pou zot, eve nou ke di nou le sa ka koumase.
Great. And also, guys, if you're looking for VIP tickets are on our website, www.dominicafestivals.com. You can also find them on eventbrites.com. Get your tickets there as well. Cost for tickets Saturday, $200 EC, US equivalent 77. On Friday, that's 200 EC, 77 US equivalent. Saturday, 300 EC, US 115 equivalent. And Sunday, only $200. EC, US $77. Season tickets, guys, you got this. It makes sense to get a season ticket for the festival. And I'm going to tell you about a way to save $50 shortly. So you can use your $50 to buy lipstick, to get a drink, to get some hot water, to get something ahead of the festival during the festival. Season tickets, only $600 EC. Get yours now. And US equivalent $232. Great news. We have a way to save you $50 EC. And I think, Ayo, there's one more opportunity to save $50.
Actually, there's two.
Two more.
This Friday, At the Realm will be hosting a festival, Duive, this Friday at the Realm. So just, as soon as you leave work, come for that after work lime, your Friday happy hour. Whatever you do on Friday after work, find yourself at the Realm and get your tickets there for $550. On Saturday afternoon, we will be with our partners, West Indies Oil Company, at their service station in Kinfield, and we will also have prizes from our partners, tokens from DDA, and of course, there's a chance to win a ticket as well. You can spin the wheel and get a chance to win a ticket to the festival, and of course, purchase your tickets there for $550.
So
And
what
that
you're
would be
telling me,
last
Ayo,
duvet, last pop-up.
you're telling me that this weekend is the last opportunity to get tickets for $550 EC.
Yes, like our brother boy saying, last. Everybody chop breakfast and come and get your
All
ticket.
right. So this Friday we are at the Realm, and on Saturday we are at West Indies Oil. That is the one in
Canefield,
In
right
Canefield.
by
Rockaway.
Yes.
Rockaway. And guys, you get to spin a wheel. I tried to spin and they didn't give me anything last time. I'm going to try again, see if I win again this time. God said tried twice. Yeah? I had a dream.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's almost time to wrap up, guys. But let's talk before we leave. Let's talk about the expectation and our readiness with regards to accommodation for the World Creole Music Festival. I know I give a call out to persons to extend their homes for the festival season, considering the influx of visitors that we are experiencing for the festival. Ayo, can you speak from the festival and events manager? As the festival and events manager, can you speak more on accommodation for the World Creole Music Festival?
I think that now is the biggest inquiry we're receiving is for accommodation. And one of the things we've done is worked with property owners so that we can extend accommodation to persons, especially outside of Roseau. Finding an accommodation in Roseau and environ would be, it's like finding a needle in a haystack right now. But we've worked with property owners around the island to have properties available. So if you go to our website and you click on where to stay in the menu, click on where to stay, and there's a list of properties that are available for rent. You can contact them, call directly or via WhatsApp and make arrangements. A lot of the properties are also offering shuttle service. I would want to encourage people, there's a lot of accommodation available in the scenic town of Portsmouth. That's where you have the beautiful Indian River and Cabridge National Park, and the community of Portsmouth will be setting up shuttle service that you can book and to attend the festival. So you can have your group designated driver. You can go and fet until the sun comes up, and then get your shuttle back. And if you book a rental, then probably make sure you hydrate before you take your drive down to Portsmouth.
So we are confirming that accommodations are available in Dominica for the World Creole Music Festival.
Yes,
We're also
outside
confirming
of the
that
Roseau and environs.
persons looking for,
and just go to our website, and of course you can always reach out to us. Our concierge team will be willing to assist with you finding a place to stay.
again, the numbers 275-7293 and 275-7298. Guys, it's about time that we wrap up Talking Tourism for this Wednesday, October 1. But before we wrap up, Ayo, your final words, and then Mr. Esprit, your final words in 30 seconds. Let's go.
Final words. Well, these are not final words. These are words to stick in your memory forever and ever. There's only one place you ought to be from October 18th to November 5th, and that is Dominica.
Easy.
Yeah, we're celebrating a major milestone, 25 years, 25 editions of this great music festival, this great tradition. We're inviting the world to Dominica, and we want to say that this is a unique experience. If you haven't been here before, come this year, come enjoy it, and be proud to be a Creole person as well. If you come in, from Creole land.
Okay.
Thank you.
Monel pasa pale Creole.
I tan you, I tan you.
Nous parler à Zamizot, à Martinique et Guadeloupe. Nous dit bon merci. Ayo even nous parler pour autres, nous comme nous dit nous Jaconet, Dominique, c'est Kaizot. Ani wive avec
nous ses amis, nous ses familles. Oui.
Merci beaucoup. All right, guys, so this is where I shut down for yet another Talking Tourism right here on DBS Radio. I want to remind you that your happiness matters. And where can you find happiness? In Dominica. When can you find happiness? October 24th to the 26th. Where exactly? At the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. So be happy. And when you get here, spend some happy currencies, because there's lots of things to get in Dominica during the festival time, yes? All right, guys, so my name is Monel Alexis saying goodbye to you. If you're in Dominica for the first time, welcome to Dominica. Remember to respect yourself, respect the environment, and respect our people. And most importantly, have a fantastic stay. Take care now.